3 places, 3 rhythms, 1 journey. Days here become a collection of extraordinary moments. A place where time slows, where nature sets the rhythm, where one single day tells an unforgettable story. This is South Africa with Hunter Hotels. The day begins above the forest floor suspended between earth and sky. Inside our private treehouse suite, warm wooden tones meet expensive glass fronts. The architecture feels organic, as if it grew from the forest itself. There's a quiet elegance in every detail. Rich textures, handcrafted finishes, open space that invites you to breathe deeper. You slide open the door to your balcony, breakfast is already set. Fresh fruits, warm pastries, perfectly brewed coffee. And beyond your table, nothing but endless sea of greens. A few steps away, your private pool mirrors in the sky, suspended above the forest. A morning swim here is unlike anything else. Later, you wander along elevated walkways that wind gently through the trees. Every corner of the estate reveals a new perspective. Hidden viewpoints, quiet lounges, spaces designed for stillness. By evening, Tsala transforms into something even more intimate. At dinner on the wooden deck, the forest fades into silhouettes. Dinner becomes a sensory journey, refined, layered, deeply atmospheric. And you realize this is not just a stay, it's a moment suspended in time. Not far away, another story unfolds. Here, elegance meets comfort. The country house is surrounded by lush gardens and open lawns, carrying the charm of a timeless countryside retreat. There is warmth in the architecture, familiarity in the atmosphere. As the sun begins to lower, the experience shifts. At the Zinzi Restaurant, located on the estate, the evening starts with a sundowner, a cool drink in our hands and a selection of tapas. Soft music in the background that even a deer decides to join us. We move on to a candlelight dinner at the country house, a celebration of flavor in a relaxed yet sophisticated setting outside in the green gardens. And when the night settles in, the day doesn't simply end. You gather around the fire, a glass of fine South African wine in your hand. Here, luxury feels personal. And then the wild calls. We arrive at Gorah Elephant Camp. It's located in the heart of Addo Elephant National Park. From the outside, it feels like a classic safari tent, blending seamlessly into the landscape. Inside, however, refined vintage details, polished wood, and generous space created an atmosphere of understated elegance. Large beds draped in soft linen and your private deck overlooking the plains. It's a place where the wild feels close, yet comfort is never compromised. Your day begins early with the first game drive. As the vehicle moves quietly through the savannah, the world is slowly waking up. We stop, and then, movement in the grass, meerkats. Standing upright, alert, watching the horizon as the world comes to life around them. A rare and intimate moment in the quiet of dawn. Our guide continues deeper into the wilderness until the vehicle stops, a coffee break in the middle of the bush. Back at the camp, the breakfast awaits, served with a direct view over the waterhole. Elephants approach slowly, buffaloes gather at the edge, and zebras move gracefully across the plains. You sit there, coffee in hand once again, realizing this is not an ordinary morning. The midday hours are spent in the private tented suite. Vintage details and uninterrupted views of the landscape create a space that feels adventurous while monkeys pass by and you have a cool drink while watching elephants in the distance. Then, as afternoon cools down, it's time to head out once more. The second game drive begins. The light is softer now. Wildlife move differently in the evening. The atmosphere feels charged. As the sun begins to sink, the vehicle pauses again. It's time for sundowner drinks. Glasses are raised, silence falls over the plains. And then a rhino joins the sight. It's a moment that almost feels unreal. Back at the camp, lanterns glow softly against the canvas. Dinner is served beneath an open African sky. Stories from the day are shared, laughter drifts into the night. Here, luxury is not about separation from nature, it's about immersion. 3 places, 3 rhythms, 1 journey. Days here become a collection of extraordinary moments. And long after you leave, South Africa remains within you. Hunter Hotels is more than where you stay, it's where your stories begin.